Hi, I'm Pat, and welcome back to my garage. I recently had a subscriber ask the question, how do I change the fuse in the BMW i8 in order to correct a blown fuse for the cigarette lighter? I've never changed the fuse in one before, but I did some research and I learned you need to have a T20 Torx bit on hand and ready to go in order to access the fuse panel. I would suggest that you do pick up a T20 and a driver and keep it in the car just in case you do have a fuse and you need to replace it on the road. Otherwise, you're going to have to go looking for a T20 bit. So let's get started and open up the compartment in order to show you where the fuses are at, how to read the diagram to locate which is the proper fuse to replace, and how to replace the fuse. So if we look at the passenger side of the i8, let's go underneath the glove compartment here, and pardon the light, but I need to have a light in order to shine on the places where I'm going to be looking. There are two Torx bolt heads, one here and one over here. Yep, right here. So there's Torx bolt head here, and there's a Torx bolt head over here next to the cigarette lighter that we need to remove in order to first gain access to this panel. Secondly, there is a cam connector here which also holds this in place. So those three need to be removed. Alright, with those two bolts removed, we're going to remove the cam lock. That cam lock is located just in front of the airbag here. And once we take that out, it's just a twist and pull, this panel will come down. And it's currently being held on by the light that's right here. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that connector next. Let's see. There we go. Now we can take this panel out. Here is our fuse compartment. All of our fuses. And right here is a piece of paper. That piece of paper outlines exactly which fuse does what. So we'll remove that. Also note up here is the fuse removal tool that's built into the car. So let's take a closer look at this paper. Here we can see all the fuses in the fuse block. And there's the location where they're at, whether you're a left-hand or right-hand drive vehicle. Of course, we're a left-hand drive vehicle, so the fuse block is located on the right side of the car. If we look below this part of the diagram, we'll see all the fuse numbers and their associated amperage. But let's flip this over. Taking a look at this side, we can see symbols and then what fuses are associated with those symbols. But if we take a close look down at the bottom right, that second one up from the very last one on the right, it looks like a positive, negative power connector, and that's number 65. So we're going to confirm online using newtis.info. We'll search for fuse 65 or F65, and we can see that this wiring diagram indicates that this is for the power distribution units. So both the one that's underneath the dash and the one that's in the center console appear to be using the same fuse. So that's number 65. Fuse number 65 is located right here. So it looks like it's right up from this number 66, and it shows down here that that fuse is a 20 amp fuse. 65 is a 20 amp fuse. Now we're contorted upside down inside the car. We got our wiring diagram here. Oh, it's upside down, right? So these little fuses on the bottom right of the diagram match the little fuses at the bottom right of what I'm looking at. And that fuse was number 65. And that was located right by my thumb on the diagram, which is right there. That's 20 amp fuse. So if we pulled this 20 amp fuse with this puller, we should no longer have a cigarette lighter connection available to us. So I could see the indicators at the top of my phone, no charge, and I could see that my dash cam no longer has its light lit. So we're going to go ahead and put that fuse back in place. And we'll go ahead and put our 20 amp fuse back in the slot. That enables our phone and our dash cam to work. Now that our fuse is in place, we can now see cell phone's charging, and we have an indicator light lit up on the dash cam. So that worked exactly as expected. I think the diagram is pretty good, but online on newtis.info, there's definitely a lot more information about these fuses besides just little pictograph diagrams. So in the description below, I'm going to have a link not only to a scanned-in version of this fuse diagram that came with the car, but also the link to newtis.info to the page that contains all the fuses. And you can hit those links and see exactly what they power. They're little wiring diagrams, but they do provide you with the information that you need in order to figure out what fuse does what. So this required a bit of contortion to get in and out. If you're not too flexible, this may not work very well for you. I needed to lay on my back, and getting in was a lot easier than getting out, just like it is getting out of the i8 when you're driving it. But you can give it a try if you're willing. So let's get everything buttoned back up, and we'll be able to do this again in the future in case we have a problem with a fuse that happens to be burned out. So thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe if you like what you see. Leave a comment below if you'd like as well. If you'd like to see more information about how to work on your BMW i8, let me know. I'll be sure to consider that when I make new videos. Thanks for watching.